This man loves you. The reason he's silent will shock you. Don't scroll, listen to this. This message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, because the silence you've been feeling isn't empty, it's loaded with meaning, and it's been weighing on you in ways you haven't fully put into words yet. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear will reframe everything you thought you understood. Listen closely. This man's love for you is not weak, fading, or confused. It's deep, consuming, and real, but the reason he hasn't spoken is not what you expect. Don't scroll, because your heart needs this clarity right now. His silence isn't rejection, it isn't indifference, and it isn't because you didn't matter enough. Listen to this. It's because loving you awakened something in him that he wasn't prepared to face. Don't scroll, because soul connections don't whisper, they shake foundations. Listen to this. When you entered his life, something ancient inside him stirred, something that recognized you. Not just as a person, but as a mirror. Don't scroll, because mirrors reveal truth. Listen to this. And truth can be terrifying when someone hasn't yet learned how to hold it. Don't scroll, because this connection wasn't casual, it was catalytic. Listen to this. It touched wounds he hadn't healed, fears he hadn't named, and potential he wasn't sure he deserved. Don't scroll, because loving you made him aware of what he would lose if he stayed the same. Listen to this. Silence became his refuge. Because growth felt overwhelming. Don't scroll, because growth requires courage. Listen to this. And courage doesn't always arrive at the same pace as love. Don't scroll, because love can be instant while readiness takes time. Listen to this. He didn't go quiet because his feelings disappeared. He went quiet because they became too loud to ignore. Don't scroll, because intensity without grounding scares people who haven't yet found stability within themselves. Listen to this. The universe stepped in at that moment, not to punish him, but to protect you. Don't scroll, because you were not meant to carry the weight of his inner battle. Listen to this. Divine timing intervened, placing space where chaos might have grown. Don't scroll, because space allows transformation to happen without collateral damage. Listen to this. You may have noticed signs during this silence, repeating numbers appearing when you thought of him. Moments where his energy felt close even though he wasn't present. Don't scroll, because those weren't coincidences. Listen to this. Angel numbers appear when something is aligning beneath the surface. 1111 when souls recognize each other. 222 when balance is being restored. 555 when change is inevitable. Don't scroll, because the universe was communicating what words could not. Listen to this. This man loves you, but love alone was not enough to bridge the gap between who he was and who he needed to become. Don't scroll, because destiny doesn't rush transformation. Listen to this. It allows people to face themselves fully before moving forward. Don't scroll, because half-formed versions of love often hurt the most. Listen to this. His silence is restraint, not abandonment. Don't scroll, because restraint is sometimes the most respectful thing someone can offer when they know they're not ready. Listen to this. You were being spared from mixed signals, emotional confusion, and promises he couldn't yet keep. Don't scroll, because your heart deserves clarity, not chaos. Listen to this. That's why this season feels oddly calm even though questions linger. Don't scroll, because calm is protection. Listen to this. Protection placed around you so you wouldn't lose yourself trying to understand him. Don't scroll, because your role was never to fix, wait, or convince. Listen to this. Your role was to awaken and then step back. Don't scroll, because stepping back allowed truth to surface without pressure. Listen to this. The shock isn't that he loves you, it's that loving you forced him to confront everything he's been avoiding. Don't scroll, Because avoidance collapses when real connection enters the picture. Listen to this, and collapse. Feels like silence before rebuilding. Don't scroll, because rebuilding takes time. Listen to this. The universe is not ignoring your prayers, it's answering them through timing. Don't scroll, because timing ensures that whatever comes next won't break you. Listen to this. You are not being tested, you are being prepared. Don't scroll, because preparation often feels like waiting without explanation. Listen to this. But waiting doesn't mean nothing is happening. Don't scroll, because everything is happening internally. Listen to this. His silence is the sound of someone facing themselves honestly for the first time. Don't scroll, because honesty precedes action. Listen to this. An action that comes from clarity is far different than action driven by fear. Don't scroll, because fear-driven love is unstable. Listen to this. But love grounded in self-awareness is steady. Don't scroll, because steadiness is what your soul needs now. Listen to this. You were not meant to chase answers. Don't scroll, because answers are unfolding naturally. Listen to this. The universe is holding you in this pause so you can feel your own strength. Don't scroll, because strength grows in stillness. Listen to this. You are not forgotten, you are not overlooked, and you are not waiting in vain. Don't scroll, because your energy is being preserved for alignment. Listen to this. Alignment does not arrive loudly, it arrives clearly. Don't scroll, because clarity doesn't rush. Listen to this. It settles. Don't scroll, because what's settling now will change how this story unfolds. Listen to this. His silence is not the end, it's the space before truth finds its voice. Don't scroll, because the next part reveals what is forming beneath this silence and why when it finally surfaces, it will feel completely different from anything you expected. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, because what the silence has been building is not distance but depth. Stay with me, because this part explains why the quiet has felt heavy yet strangely safe. Listen closely. After love awakened something in him, he realized words spoken too early would only fracture what needed time to strengthen. Don't scroll, because your heart needs this understanding right now. Silence was not his escape, it was his boundary with himself. Listen to this. He knew that reaching out before he could stand steady would pull you into uncertainty again. Don't scroll, because uncertainty was never meant to follow you forward. Listen to this. He chose quiet because he recognized your worth, and recognition carries responsibility. Don't scroll, because responsibility asks for restraint. Listen to this. When feelings are real, careless expression can do more harm than good. Don't scroll, because love without readiness creates confusion. Listen to this. The universe reinforced that restraint, guiding him inward instead of outward. Don't scroll, because divine timing protects both hearts. Listen to this. While you were wondering why nothing was happening, everything important was happening internally. Don't scroll, because internal change is invisible but powerful. Listen to this. He began confronting fears he had long ignored. Fears of not measuring up, fears of losing control, fears of becoming vulnerable. Don't scroll, because vulnerability reshapes identity. Listen to this. And reshaping identity requires solitude. Don't scroll, because solitude clarifies intention. Listen to this. Intention is what the universe waits for before allowing movement. Don't scroll, because movement without intention repeats old patterns. Listen to this. Old patterns were broken the moment silence was chosen over impulse. Don't scroll, because impulse belongs to fear. Listen to this, and fear no longer gets to lead this connection. Don't scroll, because something greater is guiding it now. Listen to this. You may have felt moments of sudden peace mixed with unanswered questions. Don't scroll, because peace is the signal that protection is active. Listen to this. Protection does not isolate you. It stabilizes you. Don't scroll, because stability allows your intuition to speak clearly. Listen to this. Your intuition has been nudging you to trust the pause. Don't scroll, because pauses reveal truth without pressure. Listen to this. The reason his silence will shock you is because it was an act of respect, not avoidance. Don't scroll, because respect looks quiet when it's sincere. Listen to this. He didn't want to approach you carrying unfinished versions of himself. Don't scroll, because unfinished energy would have asked you to wait again. Listen to this. And waiting without clarity drains the soul. Don't scroll, because your soul was meant to rest in this season. Listen to this. The universe created space so you could reconnect with your own center. Don't scroll, because your center is where power lives. Listen to this. Power rooted in self-worth changes the outcome of everything. Don't scroll, because outcomes align when you stop negotiating your value. Listen to this. He felt that shift even without words. Don't scroll, because energy communicates louder than language. Listen to this. When you stopped chasing answers, the dynamic changed. Don't scroll, because dynamics shift when one person chooses peace. Listen to this. Peace unsettles unresolved hearts. Don't scroll, because unresolved hearts feel the contrast. Listen to this. That contrast forced him to look honestly at what he could and could not offer. Don't scroll, because honesty precedes alignment. Listen to this. Alignment does not rush to relieve longing. Don't scroll, because longing clouds discernment. Listen to this. Discernment is what you've been cultivating. Don't scroll, because discernment protects your future. Listen to this. You are not being asked to hold hope or expectation. Don't scroll, because expectation ties energy to outcomes. Listen to this. The universe wants your energy free. Don't scroll, because freedom attracts what is meant to stay. Listen to this. His silence gave you space to remember who you are without his reflection. Don't scroll, because remembering yourself restores balance. Listen to this. Balance is what the universe seeks before allowing union or release. Don't scroll, because imbalance believes love must hurt. Listen to this. But aligned love feels calm. Don't scroll, because calm is your new baseline. Listen to this. You may notice signs appearing when you feel steady, repeating numbers at moments of acceptance rather than anxiety. Don't scroll, because that's confirmation. Listen to this. For 44, when foundations are stabilizing. 77, when inner wisdom is activated. Don't scroll, because these signs signal integration. Listen to this. Integration means the lesson is settling. Don't scroll, because settled lessons stop looping. Listen to this. You are no longer pulled into imagining what he might say. Don't scroll, because imagination fades when truth feels grounded. Listen to this. Grounded truth does not demand immediate answers. Don't scroll, because it trusts timing. Listen to this. Timing has been precise here. Don't scroll, because if words had come earlier, they would have reopened wounds. Listen to this. Wounds reopen when growth is incomplete. Don't scroll, because growth takes patience. Listen to this. Patience without anxiety is strength. Don't scroll, because strength invites respect. Listen to this. Respect is what governs the silence now. Don't scroll, because silence guided by respect is temporary. Listen to this. Temporary pauses prepare lasting outcomes. Don't scroll, because lasting outcomes require clean foundations. Listen to this. Foundations are being set quietly. Don't scroll, because noise would weaken them. Listen to this. You are not being kept in the dark. Don't scroll, because you are being kept safe. Listen to this. Safe from confusion, mixed signals, and half-truths. Don't scroll, because half-truths fracture trust. Listen to this. Trust is what the universe is restoring in you. Don't scroll. Because trusting yourself changes what you allow. Listen to this. You will know. Longer accept love that arrives uncertain. Don't scroll. Because certainty matters now. Listen to this. His silence is part of that certainty forming. Don't scroll. Because when he speaks again, it will come from clarity, not fear. Listen to this. Clarity does not rush. Don't scroll. Because it arrives whole. Listen to this. You don't need to prepare or perform. Don't scroll. Because you are already aligned. Listen to this. Alignment does not beg for attention. Don't scroll. Because it attracts it naturally. Listen to this. The universe has not forgotten you. Don't scroll. Because it is rearranging the timing to honor your growth. Listen to this. Growth is the real miracle here. Don't scroll. Because miracles don't always look dramatic. Listen to this. Sometimes they look like peace where anxiety used to live. Don't scroll. Because peace is evidence that love is being handled carefully. Listen to this. Carefully enough not to break you. Don't scroll. Because you are no longer meant to be broken for love. Listen to this. This silence is the final preparation before truth can stand on solid ground. Don't scroll. Because the next part reveals how this preparation changes what comes next and why whatever follows will feel steady, mutual, and safe. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, because the silence has reached a turning point, and what's happening now is not about waiting anymore, it's about awakening. Stay with me, because this layer reveals the divine reason the quiet was necessary and how the universe has been speaking in numbers, signs, and inner knowing the entire time. Listen closely. When this man went silent, a spiritual clock started moving, not on your time, not on his time, but on divine timing. Don't scroll, because your heart needs this clarity right now. This was never meant to unfold through force or pressure, it was meant to unfold through alignment. Listen to this. Alignment always comes with signs, and you've been seeing them even if you didn't connect the dots at first. Don't scroll. Because divine numbers appear when souls are being redirected. Listen to this. Seeing 11. 11 during moments when you thought of him wasn't about reunion, it was about recognition, a reminder that this connection activated something spiritual in both of you. Don't scroll. Because 11. 11 signals awakening. Listen to this. Awakening doesn't always feel exciting. Sometimes it feels unsettling, quiet, and slow. Don't scroll. Because awakening strips illusions. Listen to this. His silence forced both of you to confront truth without distraction. Don't scroll. Because distractions delay growth. Listen to this. When you began seeing 22 repeatedly, it wasn't coincidence. It was confirmation that balance was being restored. Don't scroll. Because balance only comes after emotional extremes settle. Listen to this. Extremes defined the early phase of this connection. Don't scroll. Because intensity often masks misalignment. Listen to this. The universe needed intensity to fade so truth could stand on its own. Don't scroll. Because truth doesn't need drama to be real. Listen to this. 33 appeared during moments of emotional processing, not longing. Don't scroll. Because 33 is the number of integration. Listen to this. It signals that lessons are being absorbed rather than repeated. Don't scroll. Because repeated lessons show up as cycles. Listen to this. Cycles were broken the moment silence was respected instead of resisted. Don't scroll. Because resisting silence keeps people stuck. Listen to this. Respecting it allows elevation. Don't scroll. Because elevation changes perspective. Listen to this. From that higher perspective, he began to understand that Love isn't proven by words spoken in confusion, don't scroll, because love is proven by restraint when clarity is absent. Listen to this, restraint became his initiation into maturity, don't scroll, because maturity is required before aligned love can exist. Listen to this, the shock isn't that he loves you, it's that loving you required him to grow beyond who he was, don't scroll. Because growth is uncomfortable when it challenges identity. Listen to this, the universe didn't allow him to speak until his words could match his awareness. Don't scroll, because mismatched words and awareness create wounds. Listen to this, you were protected from that. Don't scroll, because protection is part of divine love. Listen to this, during this time you may have felt drawn inward, less reactive, more reflective. Don't scroll, because that's your own awakening responding to the shift. Listen to this. You stopped romanticizing potential and started honoring reality. Don't scroll, because reality grounded you. Listen to this. Grounding is what allowed the universe to stabilize the connection energetically. Don't scroll, because unstable energy cannot support destiny. Listen to this. Destiny requires consistency. Don't scroll, because consistency is built in silence. Listen to this, for 44 may have appeared when you chose peace over overthinking. Don't scroll, because 44 represents foundations. Listen to this, your foundation shifted from hoping to knowing. Don't scroll, because knowing doesn't chase. Listen to this, knowing waits without anxiety. Don't scroll, because anxiety clouds intuition. Listen to this, your intuition has been sharper lately because noise was removed. Don't scroll, because silence amplifies inner truth. Listen to this. The reason this man hasn't spoken yet is because divine law intervened. Don't scroll, because divine law does not rush alignment. Listen to this, it ensures readiness. Don't scroll, because readiness protects both hearts. Listen to this, 555 may have shown up during moments you felt yourself releasing attachment. Don't scroll, because 555 signals transformation. Listen to this, transformation doesn't negotiate with the past. Don't scroll, because it creates space for the future. Listen to this, the universe is not preparing you to wait, it's preparing you to receive. Don't scroll, because receiving requires openness without desperation. Listen to this, desperation blocks clarity. Don't scroll, because clarity is what this phase is about. Listen to this, he is silent because anything less than clarity would disrespect what this connection activated. Don't scroll, because respect matters now. Listen to this, respect grows when people understand consequences. Don't scroll, because consequences are not punishment, they are teachers. Listen to this, the lesson here is that love must meet readiness to move forward. Don't scroll, because love alone is not enough. Listen to this, alignment is required. Don't scroll, because alignment ensures safety. Listen to this, safety is what your soul has been craving. Don't scroll, because you've lived through emotional unpredictability before. Listen to this, this time is different. Don't scroll, because different feels calm. Listen to this, calm doesn't mean boring, it means secure. Don't scroll, because security allows intimacy to grow steadily. Listen to this, 7 hours 77 minutes may have appeared during moments of surrender. Don't scroll, because 77 signals divine wisdom. Listen to this, surrender doesn't mean giving up. Don't scroll, because it means trusting something higher. Listen to this, trusting divine timing lifted the pressure from both of you. Don't scroll, because pressure distorts intention. Listen to this, intention must be clean before words can be spoken. Don't scroll, because clean intention leads to lasting outcomes. Listen to this, you are no longer being asked to interpret silence as rejection. don't scroll, because it was redirection. Listen to this, redirection placed you back in your power. Don't scroll, because power grounded in self-worth changes everything. Listen to this, he felt that shift energetically. Don't scroll, because energy doesn't need communication to be felt. Listen to this, your detachment didn't push him away. It forced him to rise or stay where he was. Don't scroll, because destiny always presents that choice. Listen to this, whether or not he rises is not your responsibility. Don't scroll, because your responsibility was alignment. Listen to this, and alignment has been achieved. Don't scroll, because you feel steadier now. Listen to this, steadiness is confirmation. Don't scroll, because confirmation doesn't shout. Listen to this, it settles quietly in the body. Don't scroll, because your body knows when something is divinely ordered. Listen to this, the silence is nearing its purpose. Don't scroll, because nothing divine remains stagnant. Listen to this, when words come, they will come from clarity, not fear. Don't scroll, because fear has been dissolved. Listen to this, the universe has been preparing both hearts separately so they don't collide in confusion again. Don't scroll, because collision was never the goal. Listen to this, union requires alignment. Don't scroll, because alignment is sacred. Listen to this, sacred things are handled slowly and carefully. Don't scroll, because what is coming will not shock you with chaos. Listen to this, it will shock you with peace. Don't scroll, because peace is the real miracle. Listen to this, the next part reveals how this awakening changes what's possible and why whatever unfolds next will arrive without shaking the ground beneath you. Don't scroll, listen to this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, because what is happening now is the moment after awakening, the phase where truth begins rearranging reality. Stay with me, because this layer explains why the energy has shifted again and why divine numbers are appearing with new meaning. Listen closely, after the awakening came acceptance. And acceptance always changes the direction of destiny. Don't scroll, because your heart needs this clarity right now. This man's silence has entered a different phase, not confusion, not fear, but reckoning. Listen to this, reckoning is when someone finally understands the cost of inaction. Don't scroll, because love ignored becomes love that teaches. Listen to this, once he realized what loving you truly required, he could no longer pretend that staying the same was an option. Don't scroll, because stagnation is painful once awareness arrives. Listen to this, the universe placed him in a space where he had to sit with that discomfort fully. Don't scroll, because discomfort refines intention. Listen to this, during this phase you may have noticed divine numbers showing up more calmly, less urgently. Don't scroll, because urgency fades when alignment stabilizes. Listen to this, seeing 444 now is not about foundation being built, it's about foundation being tested. Don't scroll, because what is built must be strong enough to hold truth. Listen to this, 444 appears when stability is being confirmed. Don't scroll, because the universe confirms what is ready. Listen to this, his silence now is not avoidance, it's evaluation. Don't scroll, because evaluation determines whether something can move forward without collapse. Listen to this, you were never meant to receive words that would crumble later. Don't scroll, because crumbling damages trust. Listen to this, trust is sacred. Don't scroll, because sacred things are protected by delay. Listen to this, the reason you've been seeing 6 hours 66 minutes or 6:06 during moments of calm is because emotional balance is being restored on both sides. Don't scroll, because balance is required before union or release. Listen to this, balance does not rush emotion, it steadies it. don't scroll, because steadiness allows honesty to surface without fear. Listen to this. This man is now facing honesty, not about loving you, but about whether he can show up in the way love demands. Don't scroll, because love demands presence, consistency, and courage. Listen to this. Courage is not loud. Don't scroll, because real courage is quiet preparation. Listen to this. The universe removed the option of impulsive contact so his motives could be purified. Don't scroll, because impure motives create repeating pain. Listen to this. Pain was never meant to follow you forward. Don't scroll, because your soul outgrew it. Listen to this. You may feel less emotionally curious now, less tempted to imagine scenarios. Don't scroll, because imagination quiets when truth feels anchored. Listen to this. Anchored truth does not require constant reassurance. Don't scroll, because reassurance is for insecurity. Listen to this. Insecurity has been exposed and addressed during this silence. Don't scroll, because silence forces self-confrontation. Listen to this. The divine number 8 hours 88 minutes may have appeared recently when you chose yourself without guilt. Don't scroll, because 88 signals karmic correction. Listen to this. It marks the moment power is returned to its rightful place. Don't scroll, because power returned to you the moment you stopped shrinking for love. Listen to this. Shrinking is not humility. Don't scroll, because humility is honest presence. Listen to this. His silence now is shaped by the awareness that you cannot be met halfway anymore. Don't scroll, because halfway love belongs to old cycles. Listen to this. Old cycles were closed the moment restraint held firm. Don't scroll, because closure does not always arrive with conversations. Listen to this. Sometimes it arrives as a knowing that you no longer need answers. Don't scroll, because needing answers keeps people tied to outcomes. Listen to this. Freedom comes when curiosity no longer controls the heart. Don't scroll, because freedom allows discernment. Listen to this. Discernment tells you that silence does not mean waiting. It means alignment unfolding. Don't scroll, because alignment unfolds layer by layer. Listen to this. This layer required patience without expectation. Don't scroll, because expectation distorts divine timing. Listen to this. Divine timing has been precise. Don't scroll, because it waited until both of you could hold truth without collapse. Listen to this. The reason nothing dramatic has happened yet is because drama was removed from the equation. Don't scroll, because destiny does not rely on drama. Listen to this. Destiny relies on readiness. Don't scroll, because readiness takes time. Listen to this. You may have felt a deep sense of neutrality lately. Don't scroll, because neutrality is emotional mastery. Listen to this. Mastery means you are no longer governed by reaction. Don't scroll, because reaction leads to regret. Listen to this. Regret was part of the old story. Don't scroll, because this story is being rewritten with awareness. Listen to this. The universe rewrites stories when people evolve. Don't scroll, because evolution changes what is possible. Listen to this. This man now understands that reaching you requires integrity, not impulse. Don't scroll, because integrity requires internal alignment. Listen to this. Internal alignment does not announce itself. Don't scroll, because it forms quietly. Listen to this. The divine number 7 hours 77 minutes may have appeared when you released control and trusted the process. Don't scroll, because 77 signals spiritual authority. Listen to this. It marks the moment you stop asking the universe to prove itself and start trusting its intelligence. Don't scroll, because trust changes how outcomes arrive. Listen to this. Outcomes that arrive through trust do not feel destabilizing. Don't scroll, because they feel natural. Listen to this. natural unfolding does not shock the nervous system. Don't scroll. Because it soothes it. Listen to this. That soothing is what you've been experiencing more often. Don't scroll, because peace is your confirmation. Listen to this. Confirmation does not always look like movement. Don't scroll, because sometimes it looks like stillness that no longer hurts. Listen to this. The silence no longer triggers anxiety because its purpose is nearly complete. Don't scroll, because divine pauses always have an end. Listen to this. But they end only when the lesson is fully integrated. Don't scroll, because incomplete lessons repeat. Listen to this. Repetition has ended here. Don't scroll, because awareness replaced confusion. Listen to this. You are no longer asking why. Don't scroll, because you understand how. Listen to this. How alignment works, how growth is honored, how love matures. Don't scroll, because maturity is the theme now. Listen to this. Mature love does not rush to speak. Don't scroll, because it waits until words can be kept. Listen to this. You are not being prepared for disappointment. Don't scroll, because you are being prepared for stability. Listen to this. Stability is what your soul requested even when your mind wanted answers. Don't scroll, because the soul always knows first. Listen to this. The divine numbers were guiding you back to yourself. Don't scroll, because self-alignment precedes any shared alignment. Listen to this. Now that you are aligned, the universe can allow movement without fear of collapse. Don't scroll, because collapse was never meant to repeat. Listen to this. What unfolds next will not feel shocking in chaos. Don't scroll, because it will shock you in its calm. Listen to this. Calm is the new confirmation. Don't scroll, because calm means truth has settled. Listen to this. Settled truth does not disappear. Don't scroll, because it becomes the foundation for whatever comes next. Listen to this. Stay present, because the final part reveals what this settled truth allows to enter your life and why it will feel unmistakably different from the past. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, because what is opening now is the result of everything that was held back, processed, and aligned in silence. Stay with me, because this layer reveals why the universe waited until this exact moment to let the energy turn outward again. Listen closely. After awakening, acceptance, and reckoning, there comes a moment of permission. Don't scroll, because permission is not granted by emotion, it's granted by alignment. Listen to this. The silence you endured was never meant to test your patience. It was meant to recalibrate power. Don't scroll, because power had to return to you before anything else could move correctly. Listen to this. You may have noticed divine numbers appearing when you stopped asking questions and started trusting yourself. Don't scroll, because that's when guidance becomes clear. Listen to this. Seeing 111 or 11. 11 now isn't about longing anymore, it's about embodiment. Don't scroll, because 111 marks the moment you step fully into your worth without waiting for external confirmation. Listen to this. This man's silence reached its purpose the moment you no longer needed it to mean anything about you. Don't scroll, because detachment is the doorway to alignment. Listen to this. Alignment doesn't pull you backward, it positions you forward. Don't scroll, because positioning is what's happening now. Listen to this. Behind the scenes, something shifted from contemplation to readiness. Not urgency, not fear, but grounded intention. Don't scroll, because grounded intention feels calm. Listen to this. Calm is how you know divine timing is active. Don't scroll, because divine timing never arrives with anxiety. Listen to this. The universe waited until your nervous system could hold truth without spiraling. Don't scroll, because stability was required before any next step could exist. Listen to this. You may have seen 222 during moments of inner peace. Don't scroll, because 222 signals harmony between inner truth and external reality. Listen to this. Harmony doesn't force outcomes, it allows them. Don't scroll, because allowing is the highest form of trust. Listen to this. Trust changed how this man relates to his feelings now. Don't scroll, because feelings without trust become pressure. Listen to this. Pressure was removed so intention could clarify. Don't scroll, because clarity is the currency of mature love. Listen to this. Mature love does not rush to speak just to relieve tension. Don't scroll, because relieving tension is not the same as honoring truth. Listen to this. Honoring truth requires courage and consistency. Don't scroll, because consistency cannot be proven in one conversation. Listen to this. It is proven over time. Don't scroll, because time was the missing ingredient before. Listen to this. The universe supplied time through silence. Don't scroll, because silence slowed everything down enough for wisdom to form. Listen to this. Wisdom is what you're feeling now as steadiness. Don't scroll, because steadiness is not numbness. Listen to this. It's self-trust. Don't scroll, because self-trust allowed you to stop romanticizing what wasn't showing up fully. Listen to this. Romanticizing kept you emotionally available to uncertainty. Don't scroll, because uncertainty is no longer your teacher. Listen to this. Discernment is. Don't scroll, because discernment protects your future. Listen to this. The divine number 3. 3 may have appeared when you felt emotionally neutral but clear. Don't scroll, because 33 represents integration of heart, mind, and intuition. Listen to this. Integration means you're no longer split between hope and reality. Don't scroll, because split energy creates exhaustion. Listen to this. Exhaustion lifted when you chose yourself consistently. Don't scroll, because consistency with yourself resets the dynamic entirely. Listen to this. This man feels that shift whether he names it or not. Don't scroll, because energy responds to boundaries even when words are absent. Listen to this. Boundaries were established the moment you stopped shrinking to keep connection alive. Don't scroll, because shrinking is not love. Listen to this. Love expands. Don't scroll, because expansion requires safety. Listen to this. Safety is what the universe is prioritizing now. Don't scroll, because safety allows truth to arrive without damage. Listen to this. You may notice that any thought of him now feels less charged. Don't scroll, because emotional charge fades when lessons are complete. Listen to this. Completion doesn't erase meaning. Don't scroll, because it stabilizes it. Listen to this. Stabilized meaning becomes wisdom instead of longing. Don't scroll, because longing seeks fulfillment externally. Listen to this. Wisdom carries fulfillment internally. Don't scroll, because internal fulfillment changes what you attract. Listen to this. The universe does not bring aligned love to those still negotiating their worth. Don't scroll, because worth negotiation has ended for you. Listen to this. That ending is why 555 may have appeared recently. Don't scroll, because 555 signals transformation and forward momentum. Listen to this. Momentum does not mean rushing. Don't scroll, because it means readiness to move when movement is clean. Listen to this. Clean movement does not disturb peace. Don't scroll, because peace is the non-negotiable now. Listen to this. The silence did not delay love, it refined it. Don't scroll, because refined love does not beg for attention. Listen to this. It arrives with clarity and respect. Don't scroll, because respect was missing before. Listen to this. Respect grew in the absence of access. Don't scroll, because access is valuable only when earned. Listen to this. You earned access to yourself through self-honoring choices. Don't scroll, because that's what shifted everything. Listen to this. The divine number 6 hours 66 minutes or 6. May 6th have shown up when you felt emotionally balanced rather than hopeful. Don't scroll, because those numbers represent emotional responsibility. Listen to this. Responsibility changes how love is handled. Don't scroll, because irresponsible love wounds. Listen to this. Responsible love waits until it can protect instead of confuse. Don't scroll, because confusion no longer belongs in your field. Listen to this. The universe is now filtering what can approach you. Don't scroll, because filtering ensures only aligned energy enters. Listen to this. Alignment does not feel dramatic. Don't scroll, because it feels natural. Listen to this. Natural unfolding does not require effort. Don't scroll, because effort was part of the old pattern. Listen to this. Effort without reciprocity drained you. Don't scroll, because reciprocity is now required. Listen to this. Required, not demanded. Don't scroll, because demands create resistance. Listen to this. Requirements create clarity. Don't scroll, because clarity invites the right response. Listen to this. You are no longer waiting for words to define your worth. Don't scroll, because your worth is embodied. Listen to this. Embodiment is why your energy feels heavier but calmer. Don't scroll, because embodied truth has weight. Listen to this. Weight grounds destiny. Don't scroll, because destiny cannot build on unstable ground. Listen to this. The universe waited until the ground was solid. Don't scroll, because solid ground supports what lasts. Listen to this. What is allowed to move now will not come with confusion. Don't scroll, because confusion was released. Listen to this. It will come with intention, clarity, and respect. Don't scroll, because respect is the language of mature love. Listen to this. You are no longer meant to wonder if you matter. Don't scroll, because you know you do. Listen to this. Knowing ends cycles. Don't scroll, because cycles end when lessons are integrated. Listen to this. Integration has happened. Don't scroll, because you can feel it in how steady you are. Listen to this. Steadiness is your confirmation. Don't scroll, because confirmation does not always look like movement. Listen to this. Sometimes it looks like peace that no longer leaves. Don't scroll, because peace is the sign you are aligned. Listen to this. And alignment is what allows the next chapter to begin without repeating the past. Stay here, because the final part reveals what alignment now invites into your life and why whatever comes next will meet you without fear, hesitation, or silence. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, because this is the moment where everything that was hidden, delayed, and divinely arranged finally makes sense. Stay with me, because this layer reveals what alignment now unlocks and why the silence could never last once its purpose was fulfilled. Listen closely. When divine timing completes its work, movement begins without force, without confusion, and without fear. Don't scroll, because your heart needs this confirmation right now. The universe does not prepare you just to leave you suspended. Listen to this. It prepares you to receive without losing yourself. Don't scroll, because receiving requires readiness on every level, emotional, spiritual, and energetic. Listen to this. That readiness is now present. Don't scroll, because you can feel it in your body, the calm, the grounded confidence, the absence of urgency. Listen to this. Urgency is gone because alignment has taken its place. Don't scroll, because alignment speaks through peace. Listen to this. Peace is not passive, it is powerful. Don't scroll, because peace is what allows destiny to approach safely. Listen to this. The divine numbers you are seeing now are not warnings or lessons. they are green lights, don't scroll, because green lights appear only after integration. Listen to this, seeing 8 hours 88 minutes or 8:18 now is not random, don't scroll, because 8 represents infinity, karmic completion, and abundance flowing correctly. Listen to this, it signals that the cycle you were in has fully closed and energy is now free to move forward. Don't scroll, because forward movement feels different when it's aligned. Listen to this, it doesn't rush, it doesn't shake you, it doesn't make you doubt yourself. Don't scroll, because aligned movement feels steady and inevitable. Listen to this, inevitability is not obsession, it's certainty. Don't scroll, because certainty doesn't beg for reassurance. Listen to this, this is why your heart feels settled even as something new begins to stir. Don't scroll, because stirring without anxiety means readiness. Listen to this, the universe waited until your nervous system could hold connection without bracing for loss. Don't scroll, because bracing keeps people guarded. Listen to this, guarding was necessary once. Don't scroll, because now it has softened into discernment. Listen to this, discernment allows intimacy without self-betrayal. Don't scroll, because self-betrayal is no longer part of your story. Listen to this, the silence ended energetically before it ever ended physically. Don't scroll, because energy moves first. Listen to this, that's why you felt lighter before anything changed outwardly. Don't scroll, because release precedes manifestation. Listen to this, manifestation now moves through clarity rather than longing. Don't scroll, because longing belonged to the old chapter. Listen to this, the old chapter taught you what you would no longer accept. Don't scroll, because that lesson shaped your boundaries. Listen to this, boundaries are the language of self-respect. Don't scroll, because self-respect attracts aligned responses. Listen to this, the universe noticed when you stopped negotiating your worth. Don't scroll, because that decision shifted the timeline. Listen to this, seeing 9 hours 99 minutes or 9:09 during moments of closure confirms this. Don't scroll, because 9 represents completion and release. Listen to this, release does not mean loss. Don't scroll, because it means space was made for what fits. Listen to this, fitting energy does not require translation. Don't scroll, because it feels natural. Listen to this, natural connection does not rely on silence to survive. Don't scroll, because silence was a teacher, not a permanent state. Listen to this, once the lesson was learned, the silence lost its authority. Don't scroll, because authority returned to truth. Listen to this, truth does not hide. Don't scroll, because it emerges when the ground is stable. Listen to this, the ground is stable now because you are stable. Don't scroll, because stability came from choosing yourself even when it felt uncomfortable. Listen to this, discomfort was temporary. Don't scroll, because growth was permanent. Listen to this, permanent growth alters destiny. Don't scroll, because destiny responds to who you become, not who you were. Listen to this, the universe is not bringing chaos back into your life. Don't scroll, because chaos served its purpose. Listen to this, what arrives now will feel different, slower, deeper, and more respectful. Don't scroll, because respect is non-negotiable now. Listen to this, you may notice 222 appearing again, but this time without emotional charge. Don't scroll, because 222 now confirms partnership energy aligning correctly. Listen to this, partnership does not mean compromise of self. Don't scroll, because it means mutual presence. Listen to this, mutual presence feels safe. Don't scroll, because safety allows love to grow instead of burn out. Listen to this, burnout was never meant to follow you forward. Don't scroll, because your soul asked for peace. Listen to this, peace answered. Don't scroll, because divine intelligence listens closely to what the soul requests. Listen to this. Your soul requested truth that could last. Don't scroll, because lasting truth requires patience. Listen to this. Patience refined this connection beyond ego. Don't scroll, because ego does not survive divine timing. Listen to this. Divine timing humbles what is not ready. Don't scroll, because humility is the gateway to maturity. Listen to this. Maturity is what governs what comes next. Don't scroll, because mature love does not disappear into silence. Listen to this. It shows up when it can stand firmly. Don't scroll, because standing firmly requires internal alignment. Listen to this. Alignment is complete now. Don't scroll, because you feel it in how calm your expectations are. Listen to this. Expectations no longer control your emotions. Don't scroll, because control has been replaced with trust. Listen to this. Trust allows surrender without fear. Don't scroll, because surrender does not mean giving up. Listen to this. It means allowing what is meant to arrive to do so naturally. Don't scroll, because natural arrival does not shock the system. Listen to this. It soothes it. Don't scroll, because soothing is how you know something is safe. Listen to this. Safety is what your heart needed after unpredictability. Don't scroll, because unpredictability is gone. Listen to this. The universe cleared it deliberately. Don't scroll, because your future required clarity. Listen to this. Clarity arrived through silence, patience, and self-respect. Don't scroll, because self-respect changed everything. Listen to this. You are no longer waiting for proof of love. Don't scroll, because proof shows up through action, not words. Listen to this. Action that comes now will come from readiness. Don't scroll, because readiness is stable. Listen to this. Stable action does not confuse. Don't scroll, because confusion has no place here anymore. Listen to this. You will not have to decode signals. Don't scroll, because clarity will speak plainly. Listen to this. Plain truth is the reward for patience. Don't scroll, because patience without anxiety is mastery. Listen to this. Mastery means the lesson has completed. Don't scroll, because completed lessons do not repeat. Listen to this. Repetition has ended. Don't scroll, because the cycle is closed. Listen to this. What opens now is not a test. Don't scroll, because it is a continuation built on wisdom. Listen to this. Wisdom ensures that love does not cost you your peace. Don't scroll, because peace is now the standard. Listen to this. Anything that approaches you must honor it. Don't scroll, because your energy demands it. Listen to this. The universe honors those who honor themselves. Don't scroll, because you did. Listen to this. This is why the timing feels right without effort. Don't scroll, because alignment feels effortless. Listen to this. The silence did not break you. Don't scroll, because it built you. Listen to this. Built you into someone who can receive without fear. Don't scroll, because fear no longer governs your heart. Listen to this. Your heart is steady, open, and protected. Don't scroll, because protection does not block love. Listen to this. It filters it. Don't scroll, because what comes next will be filtered through truth, readiness, and respect. Listen to this. You do not need to look back. Don't scroll, because the future is moving toward you now. Listen to this. And when it arrives, it will not shock you with chaos. It will shock you with how peaceful, clear, and aligned it feels. Stay here, because this is the confirmation your soul has been waiting for.